In this video, I would like to share how to read analog voltage from Arduino. And here we are using the tinkercad.com, and this is a very convenient for the students, especially when we're learning the Arduino programming. All they have here in this website, they already provides a lot of the components and the sensor that you can just search from here. So we're going to use the Arduino. I just take the Arduino right here. I already upload the video in the previous, then you can check it on the description. How to start using the Tinkercad, this website. This is the very free software to use for everyone. You can register free. So I take out Arduino here, and we're going to read analog voltage. So we need power supply. Search power supply. I'm going to take power supply here. In a power supply, this is adjustable power supply with positive cable A0. Okay. The negative negative to the ground here, and of course just change the positive wire to the red color and negative to black color. And now we're going to write the code. So this is the code. This is exactly the same with the Arduino IDE, and you have to select, write in the code, just text. We select the text. So let's say if you want to use the Arduino IDE, here I have Arduino IDE, and the difference to use Arduino IDE and this tinkercad.com, the Tinkercad, Arduino IDE is just to write the code and directly upload to the Arduino in reality. So this is not the simulation. You have to use the physical Arduino, and this is when you want to really upload your code to your physical Arduino. You can use this one, and the code here, everything is going to be the same. Void setup, and here is the code to run for one time, and void loops, here the code to run from permanent repeatedly. So here's the main code. So we're going to use Tinkercad software. In here they already have the code here. We just follow just like the Arduino. So at first, so just same like so this is the same like the Arduino IDE. So at first, void setup. What we're going to do for this program is we're going to read the analog voltage from the Arduino. So by the way, this is power supply. The power supply is a variable, but Arduino is only can read until 5 volt, so 0 to 5 volt. So above 5 volt you cannot supply, you cannot give above 5 volt to this analog, because this Arduino operation is only 5 volt. So if you over voltage more than 5 volt, the Arduino can be burned. So no matter how you supply from here, you will, the analog pin, they will not read, and the Arduino will be damaged. So that's you have to notice. So we're going to read analog voltage from the analog pins. So what we have to declare is pin mode. We need to declare pin mode. Pin mode, I'm going to use A0 as input. Okay. So at first we tell the Arduino that we're going to use A0 as input. So here power supply the positive voltage into A0. Okay, here And what we're going to do is we need to read. We have to use analog read function. Analog read is 0 is 0. So we're going to read. Sorry. We're going to use the analog read function to read whatever the voltage coming to whatever the voltage data coming to A0, and whatever we read we need to assign to the variable name. So just give the simply this is going to be input. So here is assignment operator. So this equal to sign is not equal to. This is the assignment operator. From the right side, this value, whatever we read the value from this A0, whatever we read here and assign to input file. So all we read the voltage from here, they will assign to the input here. Input is just a name. You can give any other name which you prefer to give it, but just give what is suitable and what is much more easy to understand. If you just give a simple A, B, C, then this you're going to be confused in the future. So this is going to be input, so give input. This is the best thing, and we have to declare this variable name, so you can give the integer because the value is gonna be how many voltage. So just remember that the integer file is only can store those without decimal point, which means 1 2 3 4 5 1.25 or 1.50 5.50 you cannot use in this integer. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we want to know that how many voltage have input, and we want to display. So we need to have a display. To be displayed, serial.print, we need to use print function. Serial.print. Serial.print, what you want to print is whatever the read the value and store to input. So input. So since we want to have display, we need to declare here we're going to use serial monitor. Serial.begin. So the baud rate is 9600. Okay, let's say now let's start simulation. Let's run the code. Okay, now you can see the voltage here. The moment you plug into the Arduino power, here the power supply, they will have a 5 volt, and we just check our serial monitor. So here, okay, this is the 5 volt value. This is a 5 volt, but what the Arduino understand in the analog is 5 volt is equal to 1023. So all is the line here. Because of this is for the print function. So print ln. You need to write print ln, then you will have from the down start simulation. Okay, so 1023 is equal to 5 volt. So this is the 5V value is 1023. No matter you turn the power supply to more than 5V, 12V, 8V, 9V, 8V, 9V, 12V, 24V, and this Arduino will understand only 5V value, which means 1023. And by the way, you cannot give more than 5V to the analog here. If you give more than 5V analog, and the Arduino will be burned. So no matter you give, the Arduino will not understand as well, and Arduino will be burned. So you cannot give more than 5V. Okay. So let's say we give less than 5V, then the value will be changed here. That analog can read the value 0 to 5V. So the highest that can read is only 5V. So that 5V is in the value 1023. We have to keep in mind. Okay, now we want to have a voltage and the value both in the display. So in that case, what we have to do is 5V. We're going to calculate. Okay, 5V. 5V is multiply. Sorry, this is multiply. This star symbol is the multiply. Okay, 5V multiply by the input. So the input, that's wherever the input read from analog. So here is the input, the value, which means value 5V multiplied by the input and divide by 1023, which means 1023 is a constant value for the 5V. So 5V multiplied by the input and divide to 1023. And so whatever we have the result and assign to voltage. So this is the voltage is a phi, a variable phi, variable name. What kind of variable we're going to use? What kind of variable we're going to use is integer variable. Just use the integer variable first. Okay. So this is same goes to the first column. Just give a space, enter. Okay. Then we're going to display serial.print ln. What we're gonna bring is a voltage. Okay, let's start simulation. Okay, now here we can see here 2 is the voltage and 491 is the value. And what is this? What is that? We can understand that if we and what is 491 and what is 2? So you can give the name here. You can just give serial.print serial.print this input voltage. Okay, here is the input, input value. Input value. Okay, just give the input value. So here the name input value, then you have the input value. Okay, and just copy here another one. here input value by voltage. Okay, I'll start simulation. Okay, now here you can see here it's very fast. If you want to have delay, delay is for the timing 1000. So input value, just clear first. Okay. Input value is 491. Input value by voltage is 2 volt. Input value 491. Input value by voltage 2 volt. So actually here is 2.40 voltage, but here only we can see 2 because this integer file is only can store those without decimal point. So after decimal point, this will not, for integer variable, this will not store anymore. So in that case, what we can do is you can just change integer to float. But if you change to the float, you have to give decimal point. That this will show the decimal point. Start simulation. Okay, now here input voltage 2.40 here. By the voltage is 2.40, by the value is 491. So this is how we're gonna read the analog voltage from Arduino. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you like this video. Please help me like and share my video. Thank you.